Are you ready for some football? It is the rematch. Finally, we get this rematch of the 1985 Bears versus the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl. Throwback to before AG was born. Welcome, everyone. I am Chad. You see AG there. I got next is back at it again. We're going to give you a little Monday Night Football preview. This is a really, really ugly game to have to preview, but that doesn't mean we can't find some angles to make some money, right, AG?
Yeah, man. Hey, ugly or beautiful, I love making money either way. Doesn't
That's
matter
right.
to me. You've been waiting on this rematch since '85, huh, Chad? Couldn't
That's
wait to
right.
throw that out there. No,
Oh
I
shit.
love it. I love it. But yeah. First of all, go ahead and subscribe, everybody, because we had a killer weekend. Killer week in general. We went 7-3
Insane.
on the Thursday night show, and then 14-4 on player props yesterday. So that brings us to 21-7 in the past 28 picks
Mm-hmm.
we've given out. We got
Yeah.
a couple more for you here today. None of those parlays cashed yesterday. We got beat with some like injuries and then like just people being an inch away from touchdown, things like that. And
Yo,
obviously
Kyle
the
Pitts.
teaser
I,
didn't
I
go our
want.
way, but
I'm
it is
about to
what it
go
is.
ape shit on the replay booth for that Kyle Pitts touchdown. How
I
in
know
the
that
hell?
that would have been a nice one. It would have been 2 straight weeks of hitting plus 280 odds or longer on anytime touchdown plays. Alec Pierce did it
Yo.
for us 2 weeks ago, and then that should have been a touchdown. But nonetheless, 14-4, I'll take it, man. I'll take a miss on that one at that point. So
Mm-hmm.
it's all good. Let's get into tonight. We got the Bears traveling to New England, 8.5 point underdogs, the over under 39.5. Now, earlier in the week, this spread was 7.5. And anytime you're over a touchdown and around that mark of like 7.5 to 8.5, 9.5 range,
Mm-hmm.
it's always like it's so iffy on how to play it. You know what I
So
mean?
much easier to take the dog.
I'm gonna lean Patriots though in
Yeah.
that. I think they win by maybe like 10 points. I think it's gonna be pretty close to that spread.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't trust the Bears to put up enough points. Not that the Patriots offense is amazing or anything, but they've shown that they can produce, especially
Right.
in some uglier matchups. So they got Mac Jones coming back. Not that it really made a difference. I think it's like potato, potato, tomato, tomato with Bailey Zapp and Mac Jones. It doesn't really
Mm-hmm.
matter who's playing. You're getting the same production pretty
Yeah.
much. But that being said, Mac Jones does have more experience with the team, with the offense, with the guys around them. So, I like them to produce pretty well here in this matchup against the Bears, who just aren't a good football team. You know what I mean? What do you think, though, in this
They're
game?
not.
Where are you leaning?
I mean, I'm leaning Patriots too. It's just that 8.5's a lot, and
Yep.
I just I don't know. I don't like. I really like. This is one of those perfect matchups where I'm so glad that we're in an era where player props are like a
Yes.
legitimate real
Yes.
time thing that you don't have to go hunting like some bookie in who knows where to try to get them. Let's get right into it because that's the angle that I like. I don't like picking a side in this game because honestly, like I said before, my temptation would be to just take the 8.5 points and cross my fingers and maybe throw a handful on the money line just in case somehow the Bears create some turnovers and Justin Fields actually has. If you look at that game last week against Washington, he had a couple of throws that went right through people's hands. He was
Yep.
maybe a touch behind on a couple of throws, and you could see the frustration on his face. I, it's not out of the question that the way that these two teams have been playing, where they're up and down, mostly down for Chicago, that they couldn't possibly put it together. And Fields maybe makes a few plays, and the defense makes a few plays, and they actually pull this upset off.
So
We've seen some really crazy stuff this weekend, and so it would not surprise if Carolina could beat Tampa Bay. I, I don't know what else to say, man.
I think I trust the Patriots to win this game more than I trust
Yeah,
them to cover this, but I also don't trust the Bears to cover on their side either.
I
So I
don't
think the
either.
smart bet here, instead of taking a side, like I said, I would lean Patriots to cover this if I had to
Mhm.
choose. But I think the smart bet here, when you have all these props available, is take a margin of victory bet. We trust the Patriots to get the job done and win outright. We can take a 1-13 win by the Patriots where we know the
Mm,
Bears might keep it a little bit
okay.
close. They've been playing well in these ugly matchups, but not well enough to win. So if we take
Mhm.
Patriots 1-13, probably at plus money, I think that's a smart play if you want to take a side here. I'm not saying that's one of my official picks, but if you want to pick a side, that's the way to do it. I think, in my opinion.
So right here, this plus 135 Patriots between 1 and 13.
There you go. Like,
There you go.
that kind of sums up what we
Mhm.
said in the first 5 minutes of this video
Yes.
about this game, right? So I
Mhm.
think that's the smarter play. Now, granted, they
Mhm.
might come out and do what they did to the Lions. They might come out and win 29-0, something like that, and then this bet loses. So it's not a lock, but I think that's a good way to describe what we're saying about how we think this game is going to go. So if
Right.
you agree with us on that, this bet is is where to put your money, because you might lose on the spread anyway. If you're taking one of that, you might as well take your chances with 1 to 13. That just
That way,
gives
if they
you a
win
better
by
window.
6, that way if they win by 6, you're not throwing stuff.
Exactly. It just gives you a way better window. Now, if they win by 14, you're
Mhm.
going to be throwing stuff anyway. But I
Mhm.
just feel like you're getting a
Well, no,
better
but
margin,
it
and you're getting
covers.
plus odds.
I was going to say it also covers if you think the Bears can keep this thing closer, it covers that too, because then if you're wrong on that too, if you would have taken the plus 8.5 at negative money, if the Patriots win by 13, you're still good.
Right.
Even if you lose that cover bet, you're still good with this band.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I like it a lot. This
Well,
is
and
actually,
even if the Bears lose by 3, and it's like, all right, well, that
right,
spread would have hit either. You're getting it at minus
you're
110
still
and
getting
close
it
to plus
plus
135.
135. Yeah.
So I think that's the bet I
No,
would
this
take if
is
I'm picking a
this
side
is
there.
actually.
That's the way to go in this game.
I'm actually kind of surprised that this is where this
Well, I think you're getting plus
band
money
is.
because there is a huge potential that the Pats just blow the brakes off of this team. You know what I mean? Not
True.
that their offense is super explosive, but they'll have long sustained drives throughout the
Mhm.
entire game. That's probably what they're expecting there. That's why that number's at plus money.
Yeah, you're
But
getting worse money at
yeah,
plus 130 for the 14 plus. So that
right
makes
now,
sense.
but if you think that the Patriots are going to do that and come out and win 35-10 or something like that, then you take the next band over at probably what's the next one over
14.
over on
It's
there?
14 plus. Yeah, it's 14
Yeah,
plus.
and then
Plus
what's the
130.
odds on that one? Yeah, so like you're taking a little 5 point hit there, but you're getting what you think is going to happen. I personally
Right.
think it's going to stay within this 13 and be
Mhm.
like a little hard fought but not super close game.
Same here.
You
That's
know
what
what I mean?
that's what the NFL has been giving us on Thursdays, Sundays, and Monday nights anyway, for the most part.
Yep,
So I'm kind of expecting that as well. So all right, let's get
exactly.
into, because that's not what we came here to talk about, but
For
it
sure.
is a good angle to kind of approach, because what we like to do is we like to try to I think there are a lot of people who try to figure out, all right, what do I do on this spread? Plus 8.5. Pick one. You have to, gun to your head, and it's like, no. We don't have to do that. We have all these other options
There's
at
so
our
many
disposal.
props.
Let's go with these props, or let's go with that bands of 1 to 13 as another possible option. But let's dig into some player
Yeah,
props, because that's where the fun is. This
and
is some of the most fun stuff. I don't play fantasy football anymore, and like this is the closest thing to it. And I'm telling you, this shit's like crack.
yeah, so like you were saying about, thank God for player props in a game like this. I mean, I say that with every game. I'm a lot better at picking
Right.
player props than I am at picking sides, just in
Right.
general. So that's for future reference, everybody that tunes in. If you're subscribed here, watching all the videos, take my player prop bets more seriously than you take my sides. I am not fantastic with the sides, but I am pretty damn good with the player props. For tonight, what I got is, it's an ugly game, man. I don't want to go too crazy. I got 3 picks here. All right. The first one isn't a player prop though. The first one is the first quarter under 7 points at plus 102 on FanDuel. Now, look, I'm taking this because anytime you can get a first quarter touchdown that pushes you at plus money, I'll take it. Because even if there's a touchdown scored in the first quarter, obviously we don't win the bet, but we push. I'll take that. If it was 7.5, it's just a slide all the way around that top bar, all the way down to first quarter. You'll see it. But
Okay, here we go.
yeah, in a game like this, even a touchdown will only push us, and it's plus money. I'm taking that all day long, especially with this Pats offense. They're 27th in scoring in the first quarter. They only put up 2 per first quarter as their average on the season.
So you're saying under 7?
Yeah,
plus 102. Okay.
Yep. And then the Bears defense, they're 16th. They allow 4 points per first quarter. So I mean, if we add that up, we're getting 6 points a first quarter at a clip. Chicago offense 14th in scoring in the first quarter, 4.3 on average. Pats defense 5th in points allowed in the first quarter, 2.2 on average. You add that up, you're getting 6.5. I like this bet, but I mostly like it because, like I said, even if there is a touchdown scored here in the first quarter and the extra point is made, because we're assuming the extra point's made there, we're still pushing on that. We're getting our money back for that bet. So I'll take that at plus money, especially in a game where I don't think there's going to be any offensive points in the first quarter anyway. If there is, it's going to be a field goal by the Patriots probably. But Yeah, so I like that pick. That's my first pick on the board there for sure.
Okay. All right. I dig it. I'm going to pull
Now
this
I got
other thing up while you're all right. So keep going because I'm going to put this band up here while we've got that. So I took it down, but I want to leave it up. All right. So keep going.
Now I got 2 player props for everybody. All right.
Let's go.
What you've all been waiting for. We're going to go back to the watering hole on this one. Justin Fields over 7.5 rushing attempts here, minus 110 on BetMGM. I think it was like minus 114 or something on FanDuel. So, you're just getting a little bit of a better number there on BetMGM. But this is hitting 5 out of 6. The only game he missed, he had 7. And I like this matchup against this New England defense. I think the number is so low right now because the New England defense, everybody looks at them and it's like, oh, well, their only way they're like competitive right now has to be their defense, right? That's not necessarily the case. I mean, they're pretty good at stopping the pass, but not that good at stopping the run. So, I think this is a low number because they're pretty good at, getting pressure on the quarterbacks. Justin Fields sucks against pressure and against blitzes. The Patriots defense is 10th in sack percentage. So I'll take them.
Justin Fields sucks throwing against pressure, but he doesn't suck running the ball against pressure.
Right, good point. Exactly. So, exactly. And I like him to just scramble away. The thing with Justin Fields is he doesn't want to sit in that pocket anyway. So anytime you're giving me 8 carries when there's going to be a couple designed runs also for him, I love it. And at minus 110, you're getting some pretty solid odds there, especially with him hitting this 5 out of 6 games. I'm not sure why they're setting it low for this one. But I think it has to do with that New England defense being a little bit scary. So for, the natural fan is looking at it like, the defense has to be the only thing keeping him in the game, like I said earlier. So,
right.
But in this matchup, I like it. I'm looking for him to get away from that pressure and take off for a few runs.
All right.
And
so
he's hitting this regardless of the numbers. Like he loves to run the football. They don't like to pass the ball, So
yeah,
it's
I'm showing 120 minus 120 on BetMGM right now. So it's moved a little bit. Yeah. So you're going to get a little better number than you get here, but BetMGM is at minus 120. So that's, if you're going to take this, that's the official play.
I swear to you guys, I took it.
Just refreshed it
25 minutes ago at minus 110. So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, look, I had that yesterday. It ended up not mattering, but the George Kittle play that we made where, I figured they would do what they did, which is use Christian McCaffrey a little bit, but really use him sparingly and have him on the field a lot being a decoy, but then hitting their normal guys, hitting Deebo Samuel, hitting George Kittle now that Trent Williams is back, and then also hitting Jeff Wilson on the runs. But right before the game, I hit it. I got it at 46.5 yards, over 46.5 yards at like plus money. And sure enough, as soon as I hit the number, as soon as I hit the bet, it jumped to 47.5. So like sometimes it's a matter of seconds with you getting these things. So, but I still like this.
That didn't matter anyway because he
it didn't
for 98. It didn't. So he had
and
you were on the money with that analysis. We were on the money a lot yesterday. You guys should go ahead and subscribe if you're tuned in and you haven't subscribed yet because we don't plan on stopping anytime soon. If you know what I'm saying.
No.
Which I guess brings me to my last straight prop of the day. I do have a same game parlay also that I'll queue up for you guys also. But we got Khalil Herbert over 11.5 for his longest run. Now, I know what everybody's thinking. He has to share reps with David Montgomery. He doesn't get that much touches when David Montgomery's in the game, but he is a big player here.
He's got to pop one. That's all.
He's second
He did it last week. He had a big one last week.
Exactly. Amongst running backs right now, he's second in yards per carry, and that's behind Elijah Mitchell, who has 6 carries on the season. If you count anybody that's 60 plus, he's number 1 in the league for running backs. He's got Lamar Jackson ahead of him for people that actually run the ball a lot. And that's it. So I like this, especially against this New England defense, who comes in 24th in opponent yards per carry at 4.7. They're already allowing that much off a clip. Now I'll go through Khalil Herbert, and then I'll go through running backs versus Patriots and one quarterback. I'll add that in there too. Khalil Herbert on the season, his longest carries, 12, 27, 52, 15, 7, 63. They're giving us over 11.5 at plus 102 on FanDuel. I'm taking that at plus money any day of the week. This is a big player here. He only needs 4 carries. One of them he's going to bust. If he gets 7, even better. But this is the kind of guy who, like you said, Chad, he busts big ones. He has a pause. Big pause there. Whoops.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know anything about that. I'm watching football. That's all. So he had 63 was his longest rush last week. He had 75 total yards on 7 carries. So he's getting stuffed 6 straight times, but he's going to break that 7th one. All we need him to get is like 4 or 5 carries. He's going to break one of them for at least 12 yards. We're not asking for a lot. We're asking for a little over a first down against this New England run defense who isn't that great. They're just not. Now, I'll go through their defense, right? The running backs versus the Patriots last week. Nick Chubb, his longest rush, 18 yards.
Yep.
Week before that, Jamal Williams, his longest rush, 13. Aaron Jones, the week before that, his longest rush, 20. Against the Ravens, Justice Hill had a 34-yard run. Lamar Jackson had a 38-yard run. Week 2, Najee Harris, his longest rush was 8 yards, but the Steelers had a tight end that ran for 18 on a carry. So they're allowing it every week. Raheem Mostert, week 1, 11 yards was his longest carry. They have not had a runner not get this. And I know what you're thinking again. Well, that means David Montgomery could get it too. Now I'm going to tell you David Montgomery's longest runs of the season and show you why that might not be the right way to go, especially when you're getting plus money on Khalil Herbert's instead. Just give me 1 second while it's loading. But he's just not a big explosive player as it seems, at least this year.
So Tim
I know
says,
we have memories of him doing it, but
yeah, Tim says he's going to start skipping church so he can listen to the stream because we've been killing it so much. No, we don't need to do all that, but
we're not co-signing that. But
yeah, watch it on double speed when you get out of church.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can get caught up.
Well, what we also could do, man, we could start trying to go a little earlier for that reason too.
True.
You know,
I was thinking that too. I'm down to go earlier.
Yeah, because we get done around like 12. It doesn't give us a lot of time to make sure everybody sees the picks and sees the show. So we actually were already thinking about that, Tim. So maybe we'll have a solution for you. Or also, man, just hit us up on Twitter because we usually keep a little sheet of it. So if you're getting out of church at like 12, just hit us up there. We'll just DM you the picks real quick. You know what I mean? We'll take care of you. You're a supporter all the time of us, so we got no problem going an extra mile for you. But let me get into David Montgomery. So his longest carries on the season, 6, 28, 5, 9, 13. So
he's hit this number twice.
Yeah,
so
I'm not
going to be
and
him.
The other ones are like significantly like 5 yards and 6 yard carries as your longest carries. All like that's not great. Now he's going to get enough touches to still get yards. You know, he's going to kill it in that department.
Right.
But that's because he's getting 15, 20.
He's getting volume. Yeah, he's got the volume.
Yeah, so while Khalil Herbert doesn't have the volume, he's going to get the explosive play, and that's exactly why they give him a couple carries no matter what.
This is what's crazy. He's negative money. He's minus money on a 12.5 for his long.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Wait, really?
Yeah, he's minus 114 for over 12.5, and we're getting over 11.5 at plus money on Khalil Herbert. So,
you're saying David Montgomery is negative. Yes.
Yeah,
right. Well,
that's what I'm saying. It doesn't make any sense.
I just mapped it out for you, though. It does make sense at the end of the day.
No, they're charging you more for him to get for him to do something that's more difficult.
I get what you're saying. Yes, right.
Than a guy who's like that's his bread and butter. Yeah,
but that's because he's the starter and he's going to get more opportunities to hit his line.
Right.
That's what I'm getting at though. Is like I'm not fearful of the fact that Khalil is only going to get a few reps. He's going to break one of those. Yeah. So I like those as my straights in this ugly game, man. I don't want to take anything else. I don't want to get too fancy and start blowing this streak.
All right, so let's get to this. Let's get to this famed same game parlay. Is it a FanDuel parlay? So show it for the people. All right.
So here, I actually got it queued up in here, but we'll build it right after too. Or you can build it as I'm doing this, and then we'll show it there also. So build it on there if you want. But I got Ramondre Stevenson for a touchdown. David Montgomery for a touchdown. David Montgomery 40+ rushing yards. Stevenson 40+ rushing yards, and the Bears to cover 17.5. I'm not asking for a lot for a +7-8 parlay.
Wait, so you went alt rushing yards for Montgomery?
Yeah, for both of them.
40, for 40
just because I wanted to keep it real conservative and real safe.
No, it's a parlay. It's a parlay. Yeah, it's a parlay. We're not trying to go for a bunch of +300s on a parlay. All right, so what was it? Montgomery 40 yards, and then who else? Stevenson 40 yards,
and both of them to score a touchdown. And then the Bears, they only got to cover 17 for me. I'm hoping they can do that.
Oh wow!
Which I think is not going to be too hard. And I like the number we're getting for this. This isn't asking for a lot. We just need the right things to happen. We need the right guys to score the touchdowns. Obviously, there is always the Damian Harris and Khalil Herbert factor. They might get the touchdowns or something like that. But Damian Harris coming off the injury, David Montgomery coming back, where they obviously want him to be the guy. Ramondre Stevenson balled out, and they were sharing carries anyway. So I think he might get the bulk of the load right now.
Which, so it's the same. So it's the same thing. We got it's plus 758.
Yep. Yeah. So the odds haven't moved at all there. I like that play, man. You're getting good value for a pretty ugly game, and you're not asking for a lot for him.
$5 to win roughly 40. Let's go. I like it. So I can't use that in the contest that I'm in. Let's see. All right. So just for me, just this is a purely selfish move. So I got one more pick left in this contest for round 3. If I win this round, I win $25, and I stay alive. The finals is, so you go round 4, and then round 5 is the finals. If I make it to the finals, then I'm I got a 60% chance of cashing, and then after that, it's up close to, I think it's like $800 or something like that for the winner. But so here's the thing. Here's what I want to do. I just need a play that if I lose it, I'm only going to lose 1 unit. But if I win, I'm going to win, around 2.5, maybe even 3 units. So if you had to pick, which of these are you the least confident in on this parlay?
On the parlay, what I'm least confident in?
Yeah, I mean, so I like this plus. I like plus 17.5.
Yeah, that's a gimme. Hopefully.
Yeah. I like Montgomery.
I guess I would say Stevenson's. Touchdown, just because there's obviously the potential that Damian Harris gets it instead. That would be probably my least favorite on the board. But I am favoring Stevenson to get it though still. But
so I would actually do this if I was going to do that. What I'm talking about. Yeah, I would probably go here. See, that's not enough. That's too much for a parlay to only get plus 137. I'll have to think of something else. We'll so that's the parlay. I kind of like that parlay.
I would say stay away for your contest. I would say stay away from the Herbert pick too, like the straight, just because of volume issue.
Right.
That could obviously not hit if things don't go our way. But I think they should. But if out of all the picks that I just did, I think the most confident that I have in general would be Justin Fields for those rush attempts. Okay. But I don't know if I trust that for a contest pick either. You can go any sport, right? There might be better looks in different sports, in NBA or something.
Yeah. Tonight. Yeah. I mean, I killed it yesterday. I was 4-1. And the only one that I lost was I did that parlay of the 2 receivers from Green Bay getting like 40 some odd yards, and
Dubes just didn't show up. Lazard got it, but Dubes didn't show up. Yeah, that's why I took Lazard as a straight though. That I'm glad I took Lazard as a straight instead of taking Dubes as a straight and then the parlay, because you know what I mean. But
he got 5 targets, but he didn't catch one.
I know. I got my money back on that parlay from the Lazard hitting his straight. I didn't take Dubes straight at all, so I kind of played that the right way. I wish he would have came through for that parlay. Obviously, like I said in the beginning of the show, all the parlays got smoked by one leg for something stupid, and then like Romeo Dubes just not getting a single catch on all those targets.
Well, that's not your fault. That was Aaron Rodgers' fault because he's terrible yesterday.
But 14-4 on the straight player props is all we needed. We didn't need any of those parlays. Right. They would have been nice bankroll builders, but we didn't need them after going 14-4 with a couple plus odds plays in there too. So you love to see it. Anything else for this game you got, bro?
No, I don't have anything. I like that. I like the Justin Fields rush attempts. I tell you what, let me pull that back up again, because I do have one. I want to see.
And if you just got here, go ahead and catch the replay, because we went through all the plays. We talked about the game analysis for a little bit too. So
I want to look at rushing yards for Fields, because that might be.
I didn't even actually look at it. I don't think. I trust the attempts more than I trust the success of the attempts. Although that's not a bad look either.
They don't even have him listed here for rushing yards.
That's probably for alts though. They don't have him at all.
No, they don't have him at all. Player rushing yards. He's got these 4 guys. It's Stevenson, Montgomery, Herbert, and Harris.
I'll tell you if it's anywhere else though.
I got to go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go somewhere else, like DraftKings or something. But that's the only other one that I was looking at. And I would I would potentially like add to a parlay, something if you can find like some stupid high unders.
I got 40.5 on. No, it says 41.5 should be offered on FanDuel right now for Justin Fields.
Well,
DraftKings 42, MGM 42.5, Caesars 42.5,
I don't see
PointsBet
it.
40.5,
Maybe it's because it's
FanDuel
in the same game
41.5.
parlay. I might have to get out a same game parlay for that. That's what it
Nah,
is.
you should have rush yards in there for same game parlay. Maybe they just took it off the board and this other app didn't update yet.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not here. Yeah, I don't know.
Weird.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Well, you're getting those numbers at the other books, so if you want to check it out.
Yeah, so here,
that gets.
one more
I mean,
time.
42 might be a little hot for me. I don't know.
Right. So here we go. One more time. Under 7 for the first quarter.
Yep.
New England, the 1-13 band spread.
Yeah, I think that's the way you play this. If you think New England wins, but you're not sure how to call the spread.
I think this might actually just be my contest play because it's plus money. So that's what all I need is I just need to not lose, more than one unit. If I lose it, and because I'll still be in the top 5. But I want to try to see if I can give myself a little distance because I'm in first place. So if I hit this one, it's going to be hard to catch me. So if I hit a plus 300, I'm impossible to catch because the guy behind me is like hundredths of a point behind me, and he wouldn't be able to catch me. What's that?
My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off, but that is the case for whatever reason. I've never seen this actually before. They have its own section for Justin Fields' total rushing yards in the rushing prop. So you got to get out of same game parlay, go to rushing.
Okay.
And it has a little note that the market is not currently available for same game parlay. I've never seen a regular quarterback rushing prop that's offered not be available for the SGP. I've never seen it. That's interesting. Okay. But yeah, there it is. 41.5.
Minus 110, and I can't same game parlay it, so I'm not using it because
I've never seen that actually. That's pretty interesting in an NFL for a regular rushing prop. You know what I mean? That's a regular rushing prop.
But the over 7.5 attempts is not a bad play. And then Khalil Herbert, I actually really like this one. I'm doing only a unit on this Herbert play, just because of the fact that the volume might screw us on that. I don't think it will. I think this bet hits, but I'm taking some caution there just because of that. My favorite thing on the board is this Justin Fields, but I didn't want to get too cute with a game like this. It's so ugly. So ugly as hell.
You know what I mean? We'll be back Thursday night. We finally got a Thursday night game that, before last week I would have said worth watching, but I don't know, man. I don't know what the Bucs have to offer at this point. And
no joke, bro.
It might not even be fun,
But I know. I think it's going to be. I think, and actually, I think this is kind of the setup is like Tampa Bay playing us. So let me go ahead and cue it up here. If you think this is going to be another 17-12 game when the Ravens and the Bucs get together because of how like they've kind of both had their struggles offensively, I'll just say this for you.
Something's not right here. It's a trap!
I'm calling my shot right now. This game is going to be like over 45.
Yeah, and that's a good
maybe even over 50. I don't even know what the over under is on it right now, but I'm taking the over in that Baltimore Tampa Bay game because Tampa Bay, as bad as they've looked the last couple of weeks, and then Baltimore with their little struggles, and they're going into Tampa Bay, and let
me cut you off real quick, Chad. We're giving them too much. This is a great segue to tell you that later tonight we'll have a show up about early picks for the week. Maybe that might be one for Chad. That is yet to be determined. We haven't told you anything. You haven't seen anything yet. Come tune in. Make sure you subscribe while you're here. Go follow us on Twitter. I got a bunch of picks for NBA dropping on Twitter all the time. And TikTok, Men of Order Media. If you're on TikTok, go follow us there because I'm dropping plays there too. Trying to make everybody some money, baby. But tune in later tonight. We're gonna drop a episode about Week 8 early picks. So exactly what Chad was saying. I had to cut him off there because he was about to give it to you guys.
My bad.
We got a whole show for that. Ready? So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you hit that bell notification so you know when we're going live with that episode. And other than that, best of luck betting tonight. We got some good plays on the board. We got that same game parlay for you. And go Pats.
Peace.
Peace.